crack the crystal too.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Let's go. Damn vultures, preying on the trade caravans. You've picked the wrong target. Well done, Torgal. Come on.
Run like the wind.
Mistakes. Time to fight. Time to fight. No holding back. Be safe. Well, Clive. Looks like you're gonna need a big megazord. Thanks, boy. Nice try. Should have stayed in its shell. This is no time to ride. Don't get surrounded. No holding back. Be safe. They don't look happy. I needed that. Too slow. Peace at last.
never seen troops amassing at every corner.
No surprises there.
Let's go. Take us unawares, did you? There's a good boy. Too slow. Help me, boy. Well done, Torgal. Too slow. Nice try. I'm hurt. It's dead now. Whatever it was.
The finest fabrics!
Take a sniff.
Now,
good sir.
Dusan, I know you're keen.
Oh, where did all the men have got there?
Plates and pots!
Are you looking for something in particular? My thanks. An excellent choice. My thanks. Thank you for your custom.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together and Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then.
Oh, I plan to. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
How'd you lot get on? I brought back all that stuff Blackthorn asked for.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Think Mid might need some help.
come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid.
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do.
I won't let you down.
That his lordship's vultures should be found circling the village.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
It's over!
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. Too slow. Attack! Nice try. Too slow. Over here! Nice try. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well,
All right.
What do you need? What do you want? No scratches, all right?
And?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has...
Excellent.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop. But those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship, which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him?
Right.
Ugh, I'm never drinking.
Harpocrates.
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it, as you can imagine. She's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution.
Perhaps. It is not a different material she requires.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obolus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious.
So, Clive, who will accompany...
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
There's talk.
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day
Them
to
pooch
you.
is nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Ty.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Oi, don't touch anything. And good riddance.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here. Good day.
That should do it. Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them. Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bush.
Well, did you...
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. We should get this back to Tomes, then. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Kara when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once. shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the Moondew.
Thanks to Sid.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpoc?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the Moondew. And now that we have all the ingredients...
You can count on me.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work, and...
Of course.
Oh, and it was good to talk.
It appears our work here... A shame. Now, when both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Up. Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
I went up to give some breeze to the chocobo.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep... But you'll be pleased to know that what...
You found something for...
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision walloping.
It's finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you. Clive, Blackthorn, that's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. Mimise, as soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about that?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too, now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming.
Aye, aye, Cap.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it round the lake.
I think Mid might need some help.
Well, that's it then. I'm here. Sid.
Reckon you might...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit, it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too.
Proper?
So what exactly do you need?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from you pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You...
All right.
Thank you, kind...
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Let's go.
Faster!
Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought it. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself. Now feel good, boy. When did you get so big?
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right, how's that hunt?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. Telemon Alembic.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning...
There's no need.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What kind of...
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle of...
Well...
That's the spirit! Well?
It certainly feels more...
Right?
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. And I'm telling you...
Crack the crystal too?
Hopefully it's nothing. What could be wrong with Torgor? Trouble with the ledgers. I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at it like him. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
Lawsman.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right. All Canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow, and I see no reason why a Frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, if we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed... Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that...
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Black, not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give. It's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with the metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric. If you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening. A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders. And it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see, and, well,
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was my decision to entrust them to you.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the King's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the Dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Kara's collector.
Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Calm yourself. You. We don't know for sure. Listen. It could have just been a tremor. I've got this theory. The Fallen. I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living among us. You could be one of them. I could be one of them.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to...
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the more he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also...
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword.
Ah, you know...
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
You want an audience with Lord Ignac?
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves were?
I did not, no. Though some discreet and every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord...
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Faster! Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Go slow.
Well done.
This must be Ignat. Nothing seems... All right.
I hear I have you. What shall I call you?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable... Well, Wyvern? Redeem here tells me you...
A few moments of your time.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain...
Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands... It was made in the Outer Isles, far, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use wet stones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke, and a far more fit.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter I am one step ahead of the
And there are many other collectors out.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths... Redeem! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, master. Coming, my lord.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival now.
The said Drake's fang is gone.
I need a drink. Clive!
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you and though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, innit? The old goat working him...
Something like that.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but and when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? That, and you keep good company.
Let's go.
Faster!
Certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
It's over!
Now... will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoint's open to all. You'll find little beyond Northridge, though. When the throne moves south...
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
time was, there were great coin sacks swinging from every belt in town. Not anymore. Since the capital moved, they're all shriveled to the size of peas.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talk?
Milady.
Gif. Oh, my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaways and to...
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally... Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made free.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to have... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered.
I noticed... So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. Oh! All right, now we know what you're after. I can...
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him. Sorry, but hopefully
you learned something about...
I did better.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right... But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I want. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. If swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much. But finishing our blades with a whetstone is fine. Now, and what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or just imagine it. Good Valistheans. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make some.
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will be delighted. Just...
I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey. Thanks, Clive. I owe you one. August 2.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. So you come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right.
Back, are you? What do you want? And?
Is it business or pleasure? It'd better all be here.
What do you need? Not saying fortune, do you? It'd last you a good while. And? Clive? So, what'll it be? That it? Fine.
The noble visited.
Were you able to locate?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed...
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
But that... Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in...
About how she somehow woke the power within him?
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion. In short, the Icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
Oh.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accept...
She was just too stubborn to touch. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me...
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't saying...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Help you today, Clive? All in good time, eh? Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you. Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you won't have... Would you prefer the debt...
Mod that. I may have tossed a talent or two in the eye, but those were donations. And you can...
Of course not. But one good turn deserves... Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest, whether you... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering a... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy...
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him. How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we... That was... before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family...
My family... wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on it, and I couldn't for the life of me under... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Here for another of my lectures. What is it that you wish to learn? Study it well, Clive. Thus ends today's lesson.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
And what can I do for you? Ta-ra, then.
You cracked the crystal too.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though.
Not quite. She said there was one front.
She said that?
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Is that the thing Tomes held?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat.
Then I'm...
you in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for... But anyway, I was on my way up. Just got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention...
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think? Really?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And...
I take it there's danger.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing...
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a snot...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation...
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got this...
You, however, have the... Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand...
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them...
You've clearly got a fine head on those, bro.
We're lucky. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much... Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So...
All right.
No. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
You'll be doing Botclad a favor if you can clear out that pass.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Too slow. Help me, boy.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be in...
Seems we've found us.
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods?
You leave that to us. After all, you've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
You've had your rewards and you're not getting any more. Now piss off.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greagor, made flesh.
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Not much further to Boklab now.
Good. I've had my fill of life without magic.
You were right, boy.
Huh.